Hello viewers and welcome to a brand new episode of Battlegroup Skunk Works, a series that talks about the various strengths and weaknesses of battlegroup formations you can use in Lancer Battlegroup. In today's episode, let's talk about the Hesperis Battlegroup. Hesperis really loves missiles. It's just plain better at the missile game, and it also comes with two missiles that are so large they have their own guns, and can be used to screen for allies or being used as, well, a missile. Even better, if you get real close to the enemies, they go off screaming murder on their own. And because of how payload weapons work, playing a Hesperis gives you a completely opposite experience of Calendula, because you will most likely be fighting at very close range. Basically, in a space battle game filled with ships that act like giant muskets, and one that's just double flintlocks, the Hesperis is a blunderbuss, a double-barreled blunderbuss. And with it being quite flexible with its traits, this episode too has plenty of submissions like the Calendulas, 12 in fact, starting with Battlegroup Hailfire, a dive-aggressive Hesperis battlegroup, because of course we gonna start with one. The idea is simple: spam all ahead full to charge up the damage, fire Lamprey as you go in for pain and boarding, once at range 1 or 0, after the missiles get fired automatically for up to 20 damage each, fire the Pinaka and double Conical for even more damage, with Caspian C to screen for protection which you will desperately need and lock on. And just stay there until either you perish or the enemies get wiped out. And let's not forget, you are a battleship, you still have the Superheavy. Mighty is recommended to maximize your damage, and if possible with reserve, upgrade the Marine to Payload Outrider Escort to keep the payload intact. Next there's Battlegroup Union Auxiliaries, another Hesperis battlegroup that's all about missiles but prefer to stay at a safe range 3 to bombard the heck out of the enemies with all its missiles, including a Dark Star for painful area damage, plus Messenger Lead Laser and Payload Outrider which you will see a lot for even more damage. You even have Double Destroyer for more damage, and of course, if you want something dead right now, you can just fire the SCKV. Battlegroup Trashcan of Ideology presents a sort of dilemma to the enemies: do you shoot the crazy missile-loving battleship, or do you shoot the two super heavy guns with engines attached to them first? Even better, use the Farragut to have both the SCKV screens the Creightons, so if your enemies try to shoot them down, they are going to get a face full of explosions, and if they shoot the carrier, it also has smart screen so it's not that good at dying. Either way, there's gonna be a lot of pain. Battlegroup All the Missiles is a battlegroup with a Hesperis that's packed with missile, including the devastating Speartip anti-capital missile. This is also apparently called as a Railgun Hesperis battlegroup, and it's simple: you fire the Speartip at range 4, it has 3 counters, then you use Hesperis trait and battlespace CIC to reduce it to 1, meaning the missile will arrive in the next turn. It's not just 25 damage, you have to add in bonus damage in from double messenger lead and payload outrider for another +7, and any enemy interdict roll against the payload will always be the worst one thanks to payload outrider. And things get worse, because this battle group also has a Houstoun, meaning you can reduce the reload counter and get to do the same railgun trick again in the second round. Now you are out of battle space CIC, you can peacefully sit at range 4 and bombard the remaining enemies with missiles safely, or you can charge in like a maniac and fire everything you have including the SCKV because fuck being sensible, you are in a Hesperis, you gotta go the way of goddamn Thunderchild. Battlegroup Royal is another sane Hesperis battlegroup that like to launch missiles while sitting at range 4 or 3, which thanks to Hesperis and Laho's payload counter reducing traits, make missile reach the enemies quickly even at range 4, and at range 3, your missiles will hit almost immediately. If your enemy push you away, you don't have much problem. If your enemy pull you in, you are in a goddamn Hesperis. You also have a bunch of other options for other situations, like an NHP Shipkiller ace on Ebro, as well as some escorts for some bullet pain, or just board with Marine. You have 5 ships, as long as one is still online, you can keep going. Battlegroup Long-Ranged Fire Support is another Railgun Hesperis build, but with a Microburst boarding ace squadron on a Tawa for a very painful boarding from range 4, enough to impair any enemies that survived your barrage. And while you are waiting for battlespace CIC to reload because this battle group doesn't have a Houstoun, you can just move forward and fire the primary kinetics and other payload too for more damage. Battlegroup Technocracy, this is like the third one at this point, is another Railgun Hesperis, which does have one tiny problem: Speartip has a very tiny range band, and if the GM pull you forward, that's a bit annoying if you want to fire Speartip again, which is why you have Mine Layer to discourage that. Also, Battlespace CIC can be used to temporarily increase the range band of a weapon, letting you fire Speartip at range 3, so even if the GM decided to take the damage and pull you forward, joke's on them. Or you can just charge forward and scream like a maniac. Battlegroup Pacifica is almost an identical copy of Battlegroup Technocracy. This is because Battlegroup Technocracy is inspired from Battlegroup Pacifica. The only difference is that the Hesperis now has dual conical, which means more pain at point blank range, but also as a reminder, because the GM will definitely try to sink your battleship as you scream like a maniac, having superior to screen for repair is a very nice addition. Oh yeah, you should also remember that Battlespace CIC also give you a maneuver that lets you move both you and one of your allies together. It can be quite useful when someone gets pulled into a dumb spot. There's also Battlegroup Lemuria, another Railgun Hesperis battlegroup with Houstoun again, because sometimes, you just want to slam fire 2 Speartip anti-capital missiles into someone's superstructure within 2 turns, with aggressive commander, so you will always move forward. This comes at the cost of the battlegroup being a bit more vulnerable without a superior, but sometimes you just want to nuke someone from reality, twice, in quick succession. Battlegroup Nothing But the Rain is a Hesperis battlegroup for the indecisive, because it comes with the first ever appearance of long flight active control missiles, which lets you change the target with a lock-on, and with dual Laho and Hesperis trait, those missiles can reach their target quite quickly. And remember, you also have Battlespace CIC to reduce the payload counter or have your Lahos screen allies from a full range band away. Battlegroup Giant Killer is another dive Hesperis battlegroup, with tons of messenger lead lasers and payload outrider to boost the damage of the Piñaca and SCKV, plus mine layers to put mine behind you to discourage GM from pushing you away. Also, this Hesperis has of all things, Sandstorm Vanguard, so you can use the slingshot maneuver to move forward and throw a bunch of space rocks at people, or use the rock to protect your ships from harm. Add an NHP Shipkiller ace to finish off any wounded enemies, and this dive Hesperis is just lethal. That said, this battlegroup might have a little too many messenger lead laser. Remember, messenger only had range 4 to 2, so if you get too close, they are useless, but it can also serve to further disincentivize the GM to not push you away. Lastly, there's Battlegroup Royal Star, the last of the sane Hesperis battlegroup that slings a whole bunch of Dark Star at range 3, which can immediately hit next turn due to Laho and Hesperis traits, with once again, plenty of messenger and payload outrider to boost the damage, plus double corvette just to deal more damage with your tactics. It's just a more reliable way of killing things without getting killed. And that's basically it on all 12 Hesperis battlegroups that I have reviewed. Once again, I would like to thank all of my viewers who have submitted for this episode. Hesperis was apparently the KTB's idea on the fact that the Calendula isn't insane enough for their commanders, so they build a battleship that technically has 5 different guns on it. It's utterly insane. So much so that a future update to Lancer battlegroup might just not make the SCKV auto launch at close range, but that change is still being reviewed and it will take a long while before it comes out, so who knows what's going to happen. And, again, there's still more Hesperis build variety than what you have seen here, though I'm sure that we can't possibly reach any higher peak of insanity than what we have seen here. Probably, hopeful anyway. We have one last episode to go, and the next topic would be basically all the remaining possible builds, from carrier flagship to frigate flagship battle group. That's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell button. If you really want to support my channel, you could visit my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.